find him, but it took another 7 days before I did anything. That next Sunday in church, Pastor Willie Wilson was dropping his normal history and wisdom. His sermon was called, "Your Glory is in Your Story," and I thought that he was really only talking to me. After the service, I went to him to ask for his help to find a father who didn't know he left a child behind. As a good pastor should, he said he would give it his all. He knew a few people in Ghana that he could call. I went back to Google to do yet another search for a father who probably knew nothing of my birth. And on this day, like none other before, the World Wide Web opened up and led me to the door. With corrected spelling and an anointed touch, one click of the mouse unlocked so much. I found a dozen relatives with my father's last name. My gift of knowing told me that we were all the same. Using the new spelling and the power of Facebook, I found 8 potential relatives who all happened to look a lot like me in an unbelievable way. There were some gorgeous sisters and some handsome brothers, I must say. I reached out to each of them with a vague-sounding note, and Samantha was the first to respond, and this is what she wrote. He was my uncle. He and my father were brothers. And this was the moment I wish I could share with my mother. I realized that God had led me after all these years to find my father and dry away my tears. After 21 years of looking and wondering, in 24 hours, God cleared up everything. He led me to him and then to my father so that I will never forget to lay my burdens at the altar. You see, God has no watch, no calendar, and no computer. But when God says it's time, your wait is over. I'm always touched by the song, God is Able, because giving thanks is about so much more than the food on our table. My gratitude now is about this wonderful gift he has given me and the love and welcoming of another side of my family. So if you are laboring with a void to fill, I hope you remember my story of how I found my father, the late Dr. Harry Sunqua Mills. So tonight, so since this happened in January, I went to Ghana in July, and I was able to meet my father's family. My father has since passed on, but I met all of his family who have been so tremendously welcoming. And, you know, Pastor talks a lot about history and about genetics and about our DNA. And it was amazing to me that when I met my family, we have the same mannerisms, we have the same laugh, we like the same things. It is amazing to me. And one of my cousins who lives actually in the Maryland area is hoping to join us for this evening. And this piece of cloth was what my family gave me to welcome me into the family in Ghana. So tonight is such... So today in the naming ceremony, Pastor Wilson is going to give me the name that I would have had when I was born, and Nalamle means first daughter because I'm my father's first daughter. This is a poem that I wrote after all of this happened. I had a series of poems that was just lying around on my hard drive. Brother Danny had been trying to get me to speak my poetry, do something with it, and I just never felt motivated, frankly. I had no desire to do anything with it, and after this remarkable story, I've put it into a book, and this poem is the last poem in the book, and it's called Renaming My Soul. When babies are born and grow into little children, parents and other adults decide carefully what to call them. Our birth certificate stamps our soul's identity to identify the name that God knows us by. Therefore, as of the publication of this book, I am renaming my soul because I took responsibility for my life and printed my testimony. From this day forward, I am who I was meant to be. This announcement may be difficult for some to understand and retell because for now, people will still call me Allison Manswell. But read between the lines and you will understand that what it means to have access to your life's plan. I thought long and hard before making this decision, but it feels right to me and it comes from a place of wisdom. I realize that I need to take my own advice and listen myself to the stuff I recite. Les Brown says, if you want to have things you've never had, you have to become someone you've never been. And herein lies the truth that I had not seen. The secret for me was concealed inside that quote, hidden in plain sight, right there in what I wrote. You see, the miracle of finally finding my father is the last piece of success that I was after. Until I figured out who I really am, I couldn't fully participate in my life's plan. To walk in my fullness under an anointed star and finally be able to answer the question of who do you think you are? The angels support me as I boldly proclaim that I have changed my soul's name. I'm older, I'm wiser, the void is now filled. The spiritual records will now read the soul known as Allison Na Lamle Sunqua Mills.